Greetings, fellow YouTubers. Um, I have come across a website that gives takes public domain books that 100 years old, say, or older, and will get volunteers to read them. Excuse me. Excuse me. Um, they'll have people volunteer to read them, and then make the recordings available, so you can listen to books in MP3 format. And it's LibriVox.org, I believe, LibriVox, LibriVox.org. And one of the books that I downloaded, and I have had the opportunity to listen to now. Coming down with a cold, apparently. Yeah. So I lost my train of thought there. One of the books that I listened to is volume one of two volumes of the lectures of Robert Ingersoll. Now, he was a colonel who fought in the Civil War, and he was quite an eloquent speaker. Um, uh, Apparently, most of his public speeches were about free thought, kind of railing on Christianity and so-called organized religion. But in the course of these speeches that he made, he brings up a couple of interesting observations that I just wanted to kind of um, point out, highlight. And these observations, he was apparently using them as arguments against Christianity or theism more generally, but they could be adapted to argue for the existence of God, and it's not necessarily the traditional ones that we always hear about, the cosmological argument, design argument, things like that. The first one was the we live in a material world. There is a material world around us, and the within that material world are brains, and either identical to the brain or in some way correlated, in some way connected to it, is the mind. So the question that Ingersoll asks is, did matter come first and then mind? So you have the Darwinian story of life evolving, different species, and the brains of succeeding generations becoming bigger and bigger until it's complex enough for human thought. Was it mind that came first and then matter, or was it matter and then mind? I would want to argue that matter itself cannot produce mind. I know it's a controversial claim among some, but I would say that a material, different arrangements of atoms, no matter how complex, you could never get human thought. But if you start with a divine mind, which has human thought in it, then you can get material entities, including human brains. So which came first, mind or matter? either mind first and then matter developed out of that, or matter first and mind developed out of that. Now the second observation that he, or the question that he asked, was about causes. We see in nature a chain of cause and effect. A cause has an effect, then that effect becomes a cause for a second effect, and so on. And the question is, what sorts of causes are there? There are only a few different options. All causes are natural causes. That's the first choice. The second choice is that all causes are supernatural. And the third choice is that some causes are natural and others are supernatural. Well, if there are supernatural causes, then there is a supernatural causal agent, i.e. God. Now, apparently, Colonel Ingersoll wanted to say that not all that all causes were natural and there's no God, but I would argue that all causes can't be natural. For example, the cause of the universe. Um, the, the cause of the universe can be natural because it's the cause of all nature. um, so it has to be supernatural. Human minds, I would argue, cannot be natural because you're starting off with non-minds. Matter in and of itself does not have the power, I would claim, of thought. And there's a lot of developing of this stuff. I think they were kind of just ideas that he threw out in passing in his speeches, and in this video I'm not really going into all the details, just kind of sketching the basic idea for some arguments for the existence of God. Well, please comment and excuse me, let me hear what you think. If you agree or disagree or are undeclared. Do these two questions, which came first, matter or mind, and which depends on the other, and what sorts of causes are they? Are they all natural, physical, material, scientific, or are they all miraculous, supernatural, divine, or a combination of the two? And yeah, so maybe that can help us to argue for the existence of God and a little bit or against the existence of God, depending on your point of view, in a non-traditional, kind of a new, fresh, exciting way than the same old arguments that are discussed to death in philosophy and in Christian apologetics. Alright, thanks for watching, and shalom out.